Hello Magic fans, I'm Beef and welcome back to another standard gameplay video, and today we are playing a combo. So it's going to be a pretty short video, all things considered, because the combo is very quick to do. Matches are quite quick. You either win or you lose, and I'm not going to show a huge amount of matches for it. So what is a combo? It revolves around Solstice Revelations, a new card from Avatar. 3 mana, instant, lesson's not really relevant. Does a flashback for 7. Says exile cards from the top of our library until we exile a non-land card. We may cast that card without paying its mana cost. If a spell's mana value is less than the number of mountains we control, if we don't cast the card this way, put it into our hand. So, what do we want to hit? We want to hit our single Cosmogoyf. Because we exile cards, the Cosmo is going to come down, potentially, big. And because we can cast a Solstice at instant speed, we can do it on our opponent's end step, have a big old chunky Cosmogoyf and smash in for the win. Now, some things to bear in mind. So obviously, Cosmogoyf doesn't have any evasion, so we do have 4 copies of Rogue's Passage in our deck, which we can pay for to tap. Target creature can't be blocked this turn, and 4 copies of Sandstorm Verge, which we can pay 3 and tap it, and target creature can't block this turn. So if our opponent only has 1 card on the fence, and we that can make it not block. And we do have 47 mountains. So obviously we're going to be mulliganing until we have a Solstice Revelations. And what we want to do is we want to wait until we have 4 mountains before we play with Solstice Revelation, not 3, because the text does not say equal to or less than a number of mountains. It's less than. And the Revelations can hit itself. And if we cast it with 3 mountains in play and it hits itself, we have put it in hand, we can't cast it, and that stops the chain. So we wait till we've got 4, cast on opponent's end step, hopefully then play a Rogue's Passage to make Cosmogoyf unblockable. Now, bear in mind, it is not perfect. Obviously, if I have instant speed removal, then we lose. We just have to scoop. Also, I have had a game where Cosmogoyf was literally the first card in our deck. So it came down as a 0-1. I've had it where it's been like 12 power and like 19 power or something like that. So it is not a guaranteed win, because depending on where your Cosmogoyf is, but often your opponent doesn't expect you to have a like a 25-26 on the end of their turn, so it can be very powerful that way. Hope you enjoy it. If you do, please remember to like and subscribe. I'll give a shout out to my patrons. They are Cadius, Mihal, Thomas and Adrian. Thank you very much for your support. Thank you everyone else for your support, and I'll see you all in the gameplay. Well, mulligan, keep. We would like an unblockable land, or the Rogue's Passage, but beggars can't be choosers. Up against red as well. I say beggars can't be choosers. Years ago, a girlfriend of my brother, on the way out from work, bought some donuts, I think, for a bunch of homeless people. Or some homeless people. And they turned them down. So obviously beggars can be choosers. Right, we need them to tap out. But obviously Solstice Revelations is instant speed. So we will cast it at instant speed. And then make it unblockable, and hopefully it's big enough to kill our opponent. It's not a guarantee. I have had my Cosmogoyf literally 1 card deep when I've Solstice Revelations, so it came down as a 0-1. I've had 12 power. Problem is, they now can, if they've got Ill Quencher, so there's another one. That worried me for a second. There's another one. Now, they could have Into the Floodmoor, which they don't. But yeah, they could have done. Our opponent goes first. This is a mulligan. So close, we do need a Revelation Zone. Let's see what our opponent does. Mulligan, mulligan, mulligan. There we go. Obviously would like an unblockable land. They're on allies. They have their Great Divide Guide. So they are haramping. We're going to get whacked for 3? No, probably should have whacked us for 3. We do kind of need our an unblock our Rogue's Passage. Wow. That's a chunky board. We are at 16. Well, can we survive? That's annoying because they will have a blocker. It's not even a very big Cosmogoyf. Yeah. Opponent goes first, but we have a keepable hand. I don't like the look of blue though. Is it? Yes, it is. Was that yeah, Serpent of the Pass. Obviously, they could have play Idle Quencher. But they only have 1 blue mana at the moment. Well, there's another Solstice Revelations. Another Abandoned Attachments. They chuck an Eddie McCrab. Because we... No, I was about to say, because we have a second Solstice Revelations, I might play out the first one now. But, no. And then we will play it on their end step, and then Rogue's Passage to make it unblockable. And hopefully the Cosmogoyf is chunky enough. They do now have 3 blue mana, which I'm also not happy about. And if they're playing Serpent of the Pass and Enigma Crab, then it means they have those to potentially flash in. Well, they can't flash in a Crab or Serpent of the Pass because they cost 2 blue. Obviously, they still could have Idle Quencher, which I think they do. But obviously, we do have another one. There's a big boy. Do they have Into the Floodmoor? Because obviously Boomerang Basics is sorcery speed. There we go. No, they don't. Well, we go first. We need a mulligan until we find a Solstice Revelation. And we have a Sandstorm Verge as well. So this is the perfect hand. Up against blue. Up against Demir. And what are they doing? Fear of Isolation to pick things up. These Solstice Revelations on their end step. Hopefully they tap out. We expect them to play their talent again. They have 3 steps ahead. Do we do this now? Let's try it. Oh, it was literally on the top. That's not great. That's not great at all. We got a few cards. Well, we have the lands in hand. Yup. Opponent goes first. Well, we have everything we need. Hopefully our Cosmogoyf isn't right on top of our deck again. Fire bending. Well, we can Solstice Revelation at the end of their turn. They have foretold something. Trying to think what that could be. Well, good. This is a bit. Okay. We hit another Solstice Revelations. Obviously, then, ideally, we should wait until we have 4 more mana to play, or 4 more mountains. Do they have the one that increases damage? That's the Cosmogoyf. Does it survive? Well, they didn't have a blocker. So, yeah, we didn't even need our Sandstorm Verge.